Hello everyone. Now our next point is the principle of mathematical induction. Now let's see what is the mathematical induction and how it is used in the mathematical form and what are the principles of the mathematical induction. Next, mathematical induction is an extremely important proof technique. Okay, it is the proof technique and it is extremely important proof technique. Mathematical induction it is used extensively to prove a tremendous variety of the results. So we can use this mathematical induction to prove a variety of the results. And this mathematical induction has the two parts. Okay, to prove the mathematical induction has two parts. The first one part is that show that the statement holds for the positive integer 1. And the second part of this proof technique is that show that if the statement holds for a positive integer and then it must also hold for the next larger integer. Okay, this proof technique has the two parts. First one part is that we have to prove that it is true for the positive integer 1. Then after getting the result that is it is true for the positive integer 1, then we can easily show that it is also holds or it is also true for the next larger positive integer. Okay, now let's see how we can do this. For example, it is used to prove the results about the complexity of algorithms, the correctness of certain types of the computer programs, okay, and the theorems about the graphs and the trees, as well as a very wide range of identities and inequalities also. So this mathematical induction is used only to prove results, but it is not used to discover any formula or any theorem. Okay, so note this point that it is a proof technique. It is not discovering any formula or any kind of the theorems. So what is the definition of the mathematical induction? Mathematical induction it is used to prove the statements that assert that or that said that P of n is true for all positive integers n. So what is the P of n? Where the P of n is a propositional function. So we have in the previous lectures we have shown that what is the what are the propositions. So this proof of by mathematical induction has two parts. So first part is the basis step or the basic step. In the basic step, we show that P of 1 is true. Okay. And the next part or next step is the inductive step. In the inductive step, we show that for all positive integers k, if P of k is true, then P of k plus 1 is also true. So this is very important. A proof by mathematical induction has only two parts. First part is the basis step and the second is the inductive step. In the basis step we must show that P of 1 is true. And in the next part or in the inductive step there are the rules that if it is true for P of k, then it must also true for P of k plus 1. Okay. Next, principle of mathematical induction. And then what is the principle of mathematical induction? To prove that P of n is true for all positive integers n. So where P of n is the propositional function. And two steps need to be completed. What are these two steps? First one is the basis step and another one is the inductive step. So in the basis step, verify that P of 1 is true, as we have seen in the definition of the mathematical induction. So it is the principle of mathematical induction. Basis step, we have to verify that P of 1 is true. Inductive step, show that the conditional statement, see here, this is the conditional statement because implies symbol is here, implies. If P of n, and how we can read this conditional statement? If P of k is true, then and then only P of k plus 1 is true. So in the inductive step, we have to show that the conditional statement P of k 2 or P of k implies P of k plus 1 is true for all positive integers k. Next, now let's see the explanation of this principle of mathematical induction. We have seen that there are the two steps. First one is the basic step. So it is the basic step P of 1. But another next step is very important. It is the inductive step. Now let's see what is the inductive step. To complete the inductive step of a proof using the principle of mathematical induction, we have to assume that P of k is true for an arbitrary positive integer k, and show that under this assumption P of k plus 1 must also be true. Getting this point? To complete, we have learned in the previous PPT that to prove by using the mathematical induction we need two steps. First one step is the basis step. What is this step? This step is P of 1 is true, and another step is the inductive step. So inductive step is very important because in this step we have to assume that P of k is true, then and then only P of k plus 1 is also true. Okay, so this assumption is called as, this assumption that P of k is true, it is called as the inductive hypothesis, because we assume that P of k is true and then P of k plus 1 also must be true. So this is called as an inductive hypothesis. Once we complete both these steps in a proof by mathematical induction, what are these steps? First one is the basis step and next one is the inductive step. So it can be shown that the P of 1 is true for all positive integers. So after completing these these steps, it is very easy to show that P of n is true for all positive integers. In other words, we can say that for all. So see here this symbol stands for the universal quantifier. In the previous lecture we have seen the different types of what are the quantifiers and different types of the quantifiers. There are the two types of quantifiers, universal and the existential. So now this is the universal. Universal quantifier means all. So this for all n, P of n is true where the quantification is over the set of positive integers. So see here our domain is the positive integers. Okay, so in other words we can say that for all n, P of n is true where the domain is the set of positive integers. So in the inductive step it can be shown that for all k, P of k is true. If P of k is true, then and then only P of k plus 1 is also true. See here in the inductive step it can be shown that for all k, if P of k is true, then P of k plus 1 is also true. So expressed as a rule of the, in the inductive step we show that this is true. Again the domain is the set of the positive integers. So this statement, all about these statements, if we want to express in a rule of the conference, and how we can show that? So this proof technique can be stated like this way. Understood? So all this statement or all this said that if we want to summarize in a one statement or one line, then how we can summarize this? How we can summarize these steps? So these steps can be expressed as a rule of conference like this way only. So how we can read this? If P of 1 and this symbol is for the and. P of 1 and means conjunction, and for all k, if for all k p of k is true, then p of k plus 1 is also true. Okay, for p of 1 and for all k, if p of k is true, then p of k plus 1 is also true. If the left side part, all this left side part is true, then and then only for all n, p of n is also true. So in the one sentence we can summarize the whole principle or whole mathematical induction technique. Understood? Then the mathematical induction is used to prove the theorem. First we have to show that P of 1 is true. Okay, this is basic step. Then it is known that P of 2 is true because P of 1 implies P of 2. That is definitely true. If P of 1 is true, then definitely P of 2 is also true because P of 1 implies P of 2. Further, like this way, it is known that P of 3 is true. Why P of 3 is true? Because P of 2 implies P of 3. Continuing this process, it is shown that P of n is true for every positive integer n. Understood? So this is in the little explanation we can say that P of 1 is true. If P of 1 is true, then P of 2 is also true. Why? Because P of 1 implies P of 2. Likewise, P of 2 is true. Why? Because P of 3 is true. Because P of 2 implies P of 3. Then P of 4 is true. Why? Because P of 3 implies P of 4. Like this way we can continue this process and easily we can show that P of n, finally we can conclude that P of n is true for the every positive integer n. Next, now this is all about the definition of the mathematical induction, the principle of the mathematical induction, and how this works, and what are different explanations of the mathematical induction, steps of the mathematical induction. Then let's see one of the example of the mathematical induction, principle of mathematical induction, and then you can easily understand what is the principle of mathematical induction says. So we are seeing here, taking one example of people telling the secrets. Okay, a secret is, suppose there is a line of the persons. Okay, so the person are standing in one line. Then a secret is told to person 1. Then each person tells the secret to the next person in line. And if the former person hears it, okay, the condition is that if the former person hears it, then let P of n be the proposition that person n knows the secret. So this is the important because it is a proposition that person n knows the secret. Then see here, P of 1 is true. Why P of 1 is true? Because the secret is told to person 1. So P of 1 is definitely true. Then P of 2 is true. Why? Why P of 2 is true? Because person 1 tells the secret to person 2. Again, see here, P of 3 is also true. Because person 2 tells the secret to person 3 and so on. So, by the principle of mathematical induction, every person in the line learns the secret. Understood? So, every person in the line learns the secret, and here we got our result because every person in line learns the secret. So, chain is completed. So, this is a general example. Now, let's see one of the formula uh, to prove technique. So here I have taken one example equation here, and if n is a positive integer, then we have to show that 1 plus 2 plus up to n is equal to n of n plus 1 divided by 2 is true. Means both these equations or this formula is true. So let's see this example by using the principle of mathematical induction. So we have to consider the in the principle of mathematical induction, there are the two steps. First one is the basic step and another one is the inductive step. Now let's see in the detail. Let P of n be the proposition that the sum of the first n positive integers is n of n plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, two steps are required to prove that P of n is true for n is equal to 1 to n up to n. So first it is needed that what are the two steps are required? Basic step, inductive step. So first it is needed that to show P of 1 is true. And after proving the P of 1, we require that or there is need that conditional statement P of k implies P of k plus 1 is true for k is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n. Okay. This is the explanation for the solution. Okay. See here, two steps are required as we have seen in the previous lecture, previous PPT. So two steps, what are these two steps? Basis step. Basis step is what? P of 1 must be true. So P of 1 is true. Why P of 1 is true? Because by putting the value 1, 1 is equal to in the equation k of k plus 1 divided by 2. So what is the result? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 2 into 1 is equal to 2 and 2 divided by 2 the result will be 1. So 1 is equal to 1. So we have shown here that P of 1 is true. Understood? This is our basic step. This is the basic step. In the basic step we have to show that P of 1 is true only. And in the inductive step we have to assume that. Understood? This is the first step, P of 1 is true. Now next step is very important step, that is the inductive step. For the inductive step we have to consider the inductive hypothesis. And what is that hypothesis? Assume that P of k holds for an arbitrary positive integer k. And our assumption is that, what will be our assumption? Assumption is that 1 plus 2 plus up to k is equal to k of k plus 1 divided by 2. So this is our assumption only. What is our assumption? This assumption is required in this inductive step because it tells, the principle of mathematical induction tells that in the inductive step we have to consider the inductive hypothesis, and this is our inductive hypothesis or this is our inductive assumption. What is the assumption? 1 to k is equal to k of k plus 1 divided by 2. So by using this assumption or by using this under this assumption we have to show that P of k plus 1 is true. So what that is, what you have to or what we have to prove that? See here, in this formula we have to put k plus 1, 1 plus 2 plus k plus 1, then k plus 1. See here, in place of k we have to put k plus 1, k plus 1 plus 1 divided by 2. Now, after solving this formula we get the result here, k plus 1 divided by 2. So this equation we got after putting the for the value of the k plus 1, P of k plus 1. See here, for the value of P of k plus 1 we get this formula. So now we have to prove this formula for concluding our example. So let's see here, this is the left part here and this is the right part of this equation or formula. So to prove this theorem we have to consider the equation of P of k. What is that P of k? P of k is our assumption 1 plus 2 plus up to k is equal to k of k plus 1 divided by 2. So let's see or take this assumption as it is. Okay. So by using this assumption, see here, add the k plus 1 to both sides of the equation in P of k. So in this formula or in this equation put k plus 1 value. So after putting the k plus 1, we get this value k plus 1 in the left side. Similarly, see here, after putting here k plus 1, what we will get? We will get k of k plus 1 divided by 2 plus k plus 1. Understood? Now, right part, 1 plus 2 plus up to k. Then what we will get? Now, after solving this formula or solving this equation, how we can get this value? So, cross multiplication here. So here k plus 1 is the numerator, and what is the denominator of k plus 1? So there is nothing, means denominator will be always 1. So cross multiplication here. What will the cross multiplication? Cross multiplication will be k of k plus 1 into 1, and what is the other cross multiplication? K plus 1 into 2. So after cross multiplication we get this result. K of k plus 1 into 1 means as it is the value, plus after cross multiplication 2 into k plus 1, 2 of k plus 1, and the denominator is as it is 2. Now solve this equation. Right side, left side as it is, 1 plus 2 plus up to k is equal to k plus 1 k plus 2 divided by, so here how we can get this result k plus 1 k plus 2. So see here in this equation k plus 1 k plus 1 is common, so take it common outside of the bracket k plus 1, and inside the bracket what are the elements are remained? This k, sorry, this k, and another one is second element 2. So put this in the second bracket k plus 2 divided by the 2. So sorry, here I have remained here to put the k plus 1 value. So I have adding here k plus 1 value. So after adding or after multiplication, after doing the calculations, we get here k plus 1 k plus 2 into k plus 2 divided by the 2. So see here, this is our result we got here. So check whether this is our previous equation match or not. It matches our k plus 1 value. So our k plus 1 value equation is 1 plus 2 plus k plus 1 up, is equal to k plus 1 k plus 2 divided by 2. And what is our result? Our result is same. Means we have shown that our equation is true for k plus 1 value also. Understood? So we have done here the two steps. First one is the basis step. What is the basis step? Basis step is we have to show that p of 1 is true, and next step is the inductive step. In that inductive step we have to assume that the hypothesis is true, and then next we have to calculate the remaining part. So this last equation shows that p of k plus 1 is true under the assumption that p of k is true. So this completes our inductive step. See here, this is the end of our inductive step. And we have completed the basis step and the inductive step also. So by the mathematical induction, we know that, or we prove that p of 1 is true for all positive integers n. That is, or we conclude that we have proven that 1 plus 2 plus n is equal to, our question is there. So we can say that, or we can say that we have proved that 1 plus 2 plus n is equal to n of n plus 1 divided by the 2 for all positive integers n. Okay, this is our the proof technique, the mathematical induction. Okay, thank you.